Okay, today we are going to start with section 2. In section 2, again, there are 3 units. Unit number 4, unit number 5, and unit number 6. And we are going to start today, that is of unit number 4, that is network layer. Okay. In which layer it comes? The network layer. You see the OSI models, that is of OSI layers. There are total 7 layers are present. Okay, from layer 1 to layer 7. In that, the third layer, that is from, I'm talking from bottom. The third from bottom, first layer, second layer, and the OSI model, that is third layer, is network layer. What is the main meaning of this network layer? In this network layer, we are operating on IP address, that is internet protocol. But in transport layer, next to the above the network layer, which layer is that? That is transport layer. In transport layer, what is using? TCP, that is transmission control protocol. In transport layer, we are using TCP, and in the network layer, we are using IP addresses, that is internet protocol, IP addresses. Okay. In this unit, he is going to mention some of the contents. The syllabus contents for this is, the first one is virtual circuit and the datagram approach. The second content is routing, that is principle of optimality. Third is shortest path routing. Next, flow based routing, distance vector routing, link state routing protocols, shortest path, distance vector routing, link state, ICMP, ERP, and RARP. These are some of the contents it has mentioned in the network layer. It has mentioned in network layer. Virtual circuit and the datagram approach. What is the meaning of this virtual circuit and datagram approach? That is nothing but what? That is the meaning of this is the connection and connection oriented and connectionless. That has to become across virtual circuit and datagram approach. And next, already know the routing. What is the meaning of routing? The routing is nothing but what? In which path the particular packet has to be sent. The routing is nothing but in which path the particular packet has been sent. The number of different paths has been mentioned, and those paths have been given to the particular routing. That has to be comes under in the, it is that packet has been moved for a shortest path or for a longest path. That has to be given in routing. And these are some of the sub parts, subrouting mechanisms. Subrouting protocols can be used in this routing mechanics. Okay. And I already told you in the OSI model, the network layer will be working as a third layer. In the OSI model, the network layer will be working as a third layer for the ISI model. And after the transport layer, we are using the network layer. In transport layer, which protocol we are using? That is TCP, transmission control protocol. In transport layer, we are using a TCP protocol, that is transmission control protocol. But in network layer, we are using IP addresses, that is internet protocol. We are using internet protocol. So in the network layer is the third layer of the OSI model. It is going to handle the service request from the transport layer. I already told you that the transport layer is above from the network layer. Whatever the request coming from the transport layer, that has to be followed by this network layer. What is the main functionality of this network layer is nothing but it is going to take the packets from the transport layer, and those packets has been converted into the segments, and those segments has been divided into packets. So packets has been sent to the particular destination, that is from source to the destination. So whatever the request has been sent from the transport layer, and that has to be followed by this network layer. Okay, that is we have discussed in unit number 1 already, the OSI models. In that, transport layer is going to handle by the packets of data, and those packets has been converted into the segments. Okay, after this segments, that has to be given particular source and destination address. Once that has been given to the source and destination address, that has been forwarded to the particular destination. Now, one more meaning of this is the transport layer will be working on logical address, and this logical address, and this network layer is working on, the network layer is going to translate from logical address into the physical addresses. That has to be used in this network layer. What is the main meaning of this network layer? The network layer will be operated on IP addresses. We are using different IP addresses for different institutes, different companies, different MNC companies. We can't give that particular IP address to particular institutes. So if we want to access the particular data from other institutes, we need an IP address, we need a MAC address of particular institute. That is what required. The authentication is required. That is authenticated. It should not be viral for other person. That has to be taken care by this network layer. And this network layer determines the route. Route is nothing but what? In which route the particular packet, in which route the particular data has been forwarded. In which path the particular data has been forwarded. That has to be decided by this network layer. If the packet has taken the shortest path also, and if the packet has taken the longest path also, that has to be determined this network layer. And there are some of the routing mechanisms has to be taken care by while sending this particular data or the information or the packets. Which are those routing mechanisms or traffic we are using? Is switching, routing, and controlling. That is very, very important. To send a particular information or to send a particular data or to send a particular packets, we are using some of the mechanisms, some of the protocols for sending the particular data or the packets. Okay, it determines the route from the source to the destination and also manages the traffic problems. It has to see the traffic problems. If the packet, if the data, if the information is more for this particular protocol, it has to be controlled by using this switching, routing, and controlling has been taken place. The main role of network layer is to move the packets from sending host to the receiving host. That has to be taken care by this network layer. Whether whatever the packet is there, that packet has been reached to the particular destination or not, that has to be taken care by this network layer. How it has to be taken care? How the particular network layer came to know that the particular packet has been reached at the particular destination? Means what? Once the destination, that packet has been reached at the destination, that receiver is going to send the acknowledgement to the particular source or the particular initial point who has sent that particular packet. That has to be acknowledgement has been reached to the particular source, that is initial stage. That has to be taken care by this network layer. And this network layer is operated on some of the functions, and those functions are nothing but what? Routing. First is routing, second is logical addressing, and third is internetworking, and fourth one, fragmentation. It is going to perform on some of the layers. One is routing, logical addressing, internetworking, and fragmentation. What is the routing? You have to take the particular route. In this route only you have to move. So whenever you're sitting in a bus, you're going from Pandharpur to Solapur, you have to sit at that particular bus itself from Pandharpur to Solapur. It takes a particular route to reach a particular destination. Means what? It can take a shortest route or it can take a longest route. If only one route is there, that is dedicated route. If the only one route is there to reach a particular destination, that is called a dedicated route. If a number of routes are there to reach a particular destination, that is what many routes are there is no dedicated route is there to reach a particular destination. He or she or a particular data or a particular information or particular packet has take a shortest path or for the longest path. That has to be taken care by this routing mechanism. When this routing has been taken place, when the packet reaches the router input link, a router is one of the block, is one of the protocol. We can say the router is one of the hub. You can say in that routers, we have different connections. We are having different connections. If there is a dedicated route is there, you have to send the particular data to that particular dedicated route itself. If there is no dedicated route for a particular data, so we can send that particular data once if the other route is free. If the routes are not free, we are using the dedicated link. So when the packet reaches the router's input link, the router will move the packets to the router's output link. Means what? We are using the two links. One is input link, one is output link. Input link is to receive the data from the subscriber. Once it has been reached at the input link, the function is to transfer from input to the output. That has to be taken care by this routing process. And example is what? When the packet has been moved from S1 to R1, that is nothing but the packet, the particular system has received the particular packet from the particular subscriber, that is called as a S1. That has to be reached at the particular receiver is R1. It must be forwarded to the next router on the path of S2. There are a number of different stations has been mentioned. The particular packet has been moved from different stations to different receivers, and their number of stations is S1 to S4. The particular data has been moved at the particular receiver of R4. So station 1 is having a receiver of R1. Station 2, that is S2, is having a receiver of R2, and R2 is going to send the station of S3. S3 is going to send the receiver of R3. R3 is going to send the packet to the S4, and finally that S4 will send the particular packet to the receiver of R4. That is the final destination has been reached. That is of R4 is the final destination which has been reached at the particular destination. This technique has been followed. This technique has been followed by this routing. The second function we are going to use in logical addressing. Logical addressing is nothing but what? We are having a different layers, data link layer, and above that data link layer, we are using network layer. Above that network layer, we are using transport layer. Okay. For this, we are studying in this the network layer, the data link layer. Below that network layer, we are using data link layer. The data link layer is going to implement the physical addressing, and the network layer is going to implement the logical addressing. What is the difference between physical and logical? Physical and logical is nothing but what? If physically that person is, you can see that person physically in front of you. If you are seeing that person physically in front of you, that is called as a physical. Logical is nothing but, okay, that person is standing in that position. We don't know that person name. That person is standing in that position. That is what logically we are thinking. Logically we are thinking. That is physical is you are seeing in front of you. That is what physical. Logical is that person is standing in some of the station. We don't know that person name. You don't know that person health and all. That person face and all. So once you reach that particular person, you came to know that that is physically. The physical is nothing but what? A particular dedicated connection is there. By using your eyes, you are going to see that particular person. That is direct connectivity is there by your eyes. You're seeing that particular person. That is physical. The logical is you can't see that particular position, but you are imagining the particular person. So that is what logical. In this logical addressing, we are using the network layer. Network layer can be used for the logical addressing. The logical addressing is also distinguished. It is going to mention the source and destination address in that particular packet. What has happened? We are receiving the packets from the transport layer, and those packets has been divided into number of segments. So those segments, if 400 number of packets has been received from the transport layer, so those 400 packets has been divided into 4 segments, that is of 100 of packets in one segment, 100 segments in second packet, second 100, third 100 packets in third segment, fourth 100 packets in fourth segment. So, and in those segments and in those packets, in those segments, we are going to write to and from. Whenever sending the letters, inside that letter, there the actual information is there, but outside that particular letter, we are writing the to and from. So that is what you are going to write. That packet is going to write the source and destination, where it is coming from and where it has to reach. That has to be taken care by this network layer. Okay, and it is going to add the header to the packet, which includes the logical address of both the sender and the receiver, which is going to include the both addresses of sender and receiver. That is the meaning of logical addressing. And next, internetworking. What is internetworking? You can think of this internet and internet working. Internetworking is nothing but, what is the meaning of internet? You are using the internet in your mobile. You are connected to the meeting. Different number of people are connected through this link by only using the one link. Internetworking is nothing but the one network is connected to the another network. The one IP address is going to access the another IP address. Okay, that is called as a internetworking. Okay, means what? I am using only one IP addresses from my system. I am using this IP address. By using this IP address, I am creating one link. I am creating the link that is having the main IP addresses. That link I have given to you, and using that link through your mobile, through your IP address, you are joining through that link. Means what? It has to be connected to the different networks, different mobiles, the different IP addresses. That is what internetworking is going on. One more example is what? If you want to connect from our college IP address to the another college IP addresses, so we need access. We need a permission for the accesses. Once we get the access for the permission for access, immediately we can connect from our institute IP address to the other institute IP addresses. If you want to connect from our institute IP address to the other MNC company's IP address, you need a permission. So IP addresses, MAC addresses are different. You have to keep in mind. IP addresses are not the same. IP addresses are different for different computers, different PCs, different for mobiles, different for laptops, different for handheld devices. All the IP addresses are different for all the devices. Keep in mind that if the IP address is same for two devices, it will get confused. The IP addresses are never same for devices. If it is same, that will get confused to whom I have to send the particular data. So the main role of the network layer that provides a logical connection between different types of networks. Logical connection is nothing but it has to be sending, it has been sending the particular data over a different paths. That is called as internetworking. And the last function we are using in network layer is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? We are taking the data, we are taking the packets from the transport layer, and that transport layer and those packets has been divided into small number of packets. Small number of packets. That is called a fragment. Fragmentation is the process of dividing or breaking the packets into smallest individual data units that travel through the different networks. So means what? For example, you are receiving the couriers. You are receiving the courier. Okay, you are receiving courier from Solapur. You are receiving courier from Mumbai. You are receiving courier from Pune. That is what the particular destination they are sending different datas. Those datas has to be carried through the buses. With that particular person has to be given that particular data, the particular bunch of data to that particular bus. The bus is carrying those data, and after that, that has to be distributed. That has to be distributed. So if you have something in your hand, you have to be, if 4 people are there and you have one something for eating the any material in your with you, if you have four people, you are enjoying, you are divided that particular material which is in your hand for above the 4 people. So that is what, if the bunch of packet is large, if the bunch of packet is more, that packet has been divided, or that packet has been breaking into smaller number of pieces, so that easily we can carry that particular packet, the small amount of packet, to the different routes, different networks. That has to be taken care by this network layer. That has to be taken care by this network layer. That is the fragmentation. And coming to the point number 1 for unit number 4, that is the first point is virtual circuit and the datagram approach. Virtual circuit and datagram approach. What is the meaning of this virtual circuit and datagram approach? The virtual circuit, that is in short form, that is called as VC. Datagram, that is called as a datagram itself. So in computer networks, so in network layer, the virtual circuit is called as a connection oriented. The service providing the connection oriented, that is called as a virtual circuit. If there is no connection, between from the end to the other end, from one end to the other end, there is no connection, that is a datagram. Connection-less oriented service has to be provided through the datagram. Connection-oriented service has to be provided by this virtual circuit. What is the meaning of this virtual circuit? You are using your telephones. In 10 to 15 minutes, 15 years back, we are using a telephone in our home. That is what the dedicated link has been connected from our home to the particular service provider destination. That is what virtual circuit. Datagram is nothing but we are using our internet. We are using our internet, in our mobile. So that whatever the information is there, whatever we are sending the particular data to the particular person or particular device, that data has been reached in different destination, that has been taken different routes to reach a particular destination. So that we are using datagram nowadays. The previously we are using virtual circuit, but the virtual circuit is very authentic, but datagram circuit is not that much authentic. Anyone can grab your information. Okay, so virtual circuit is connection oriented and datagram is connection-less oriented. That is we are using the internet. For example, we are using internet. We'll see one by one. That is a virtual circuit and datagram. In virtual circuit, that is a connection-oriented service. or called a virtual circuits, while this providing connection-less services are called datagram networks. Connection-oriented service will be provided by the virtual circuits. Connection-less oriented circuits service will be provided by datagram. And for the knowledge, the connection-less service is nothing but internet. Internet, that is connectionless. And this, it has to be forwarded at the network level, as all the packets from a source to destination do not follow the same path. If you want to follow the same path, you can go for a connection oriented service. If you don't follow the same path, if it's different path has been followed, we are moving for a connection less oriented, that is a datagram. Okay, so we'll see one by one what is the meaning of virtual circuit. What is the meaning of virtual circuit? That is connection oriented. Means what? In connection oriented, some reservation has been made. Some reservation has been made for this connection oriented. For a datagram, there is no reservation. You can move at that particular location at any time. At any time, it takes a delay or it reaches at early itself. So virtual circuit, it requires reservation. Reservation is nothing but what? The dedicated connection has been maintained. Through that dedicated connection itself, you have to move from that. Through that dedicated connection itself, you can take a place. You can send a particular data. If that particular dedicated connection is busy, so if you want to send any data, if already the data is sending in that particular dedicated connection, we can't send the another data immediately. Till that particular data has been reached at particular destination, once that dedicated link has become free, then and then only the next data has been sending. So there is a reservations for our resources like buffers, CPU, central processing units, bandwidth, etc. for a time in which a newly set up virtual circuit is going to use for data transfer sessions. Means what? For one system, only five connections are there. Only 5 connections are there. You have connected all 5 connections to the 5 pieces. All 5 connections to the 5 pieces. Is there any another connection is there? No, we don't have any another connection, that is alternate connection we don't have to send a particular data. If all these 5 connections are busy for while sending this particular data, you have to wait for any of the connection will become busy, free. So that is what dedicated link is connected from one end to the another end. So that is what virtual circuit. The first sent packet reserves the resources at each server along the path. The subsequent packets will follow the same path as the first sent packet for the connection. Once the reservation has been done, so till the end of that packet, till all the packets has been moved from end to the another end, so all the packets has been taken place. If you want to send the new packet, again you have to reserve it. Again you have to make a reservation. Means what? You are doing the railway tickets reservation. Okay, you are doing the railway ticket reservation at that time. At that particular time, at that particular date, you are reserved for that particular train at that particular place, at that particular seat. At that particular time itself, at that particular date itself, you have to reach that particular destination. If you missed it, so someone and take that particular reservation. So again, if you have to make the reservation for that particular train. So this is what the one of the example. You have to do the continuous reservations. Once you reach that particular destination, you have to come back from that particular destination to your source. Again, you have to reserve, do the reservation. Again, you have to go for that particular destination. Again, you have to do the new reservation. So that is what we are going to do in this virtual circuits. Whenever that packets are moving from particular source to the destination, you have to add a particular header. Whenever you are doing the reservation, I'm giving the examples, many examples. Whenever we are doing the reservation of many of the family members, we are going to write the name of that particular family member, age and everything. So in that also, in this process also, it has to be done. It has to write the particular destination where it has to be reached, how many packets are there, how many bunch of packets are there, what is the quantity, how much is the weight of that particular packet. Everything has been maintained, everything has been reserved, everything has been written in that particular packet. Once that packet is ready, immediately that packet has been moved from one end to the another end, that is from source to the destination, and remaining packets will follow the same processes. With remaining packets will follow the same process. That is no required of any header. Once you return at the initial stage, the header, so no need to write at the all the packets. Okay. Once all the packets has been moved from one stage to another stage, from source to the destination, and it has to be checked by this virtual circuit is that all the packets has been reached at the particular destination or not. That has to be checked by this virtual circuit. And successfully all the packets has been reached to the particular destination or not, that has to be taken care by this virtual circuit. No packets will be discarded due to unavailability of resources. So this virtual circuits are highly reliable methods. So what? We are not sending those packets in the air through the internet. That is, it is dedicated link is there. We are sending that particular packet to that particular dedicated link itself. That is particular physical link itself, not a logical link. We are sending the physical link, not a logical link. So it is highly reliable. We are sending 10 number of packets. All 10 number of packets has been reached perfectly at the destination. If you are sending these 10 number of packets in logical addressing, in logical link, any one of the packet will lose in between. Any one of the packet will lose in between. Why? Because we are sending in different routes. There is no dedicated connection is there. It is dedication less, connection oriented less. That is connection less. So as compared to the datagram, as compared to the connection oriented service will be highly reliable. In this, one main disadvantage for this is, for virtual circuit, we have to do the new connection setup every time. Every time you have to do the new connection setup, and every time you have to process the new resources. Extra information has to be reserved for this. And this virtual circuit has been operated on asynchronous transfer mode. That is specially for telephone calls. We are using previously, that is of telephone calls. And the next is datagram. What is the meaning of datagram? The datagram is connectionless services. Connectionless service. Connection oriented, that is virtual. Connectionless service has to be provided by datagram. Connectionless is nothing but what? We don't have any time. At any time, we are sending the packets. At any route. At any route, we are sending the packets. You can take this shortest route, or you can take longest route. I can take two most longest route. Any of the route you can take. That has to be no need of reservation. But in virtual circuit, we require a reservation. But in datagram networks, we don't require any reservation. Any packet can send at any time with the different routes. At any time with the different routes. So there is no dedicated path for the connection session. So all the packets are free to use at any time with the available path. All packets are free to use any available path. If there is a number of routers has been mentioned, if the router is there, you have to follow that routing algorithm. and this routing algorithm has to follow the particular steps. All the steps has been followed by this particular packets. Any packets can take any of the route, and that has to be mentioned in that packet. That has to be mentioned the header, and proper information has been mentioned from source to the destination. That is connectionless property makes data packets reach the destination in any order. In any order it can reach at the particular destination, but in virtual circuit is not like that. From 1 to 10 is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has to reach at particular destination from 1 to 10 itself. But in this, if you're sending 10 number of packets, first 10 number of packet has been reached, 9 number of packet has been reached, 8 number of packet has been reached. Once the all the packets has been reached at the particular destination, it has been reassembled, all the packets from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10 means what? The connectionless can take more time to reach a particular destination, but connection oriented, it takes a time. It takes a particular time to reach a particular destination. It may fast, it may delay. It may fast, it may delay. But in connection oriented, it takes a constant time. It takes a constant time. But in connection oriented, there may be a collision. There may be a collision may takes place in connection oriented. Connectionless, there will be a less collision has been happened because there are millions and billions of route has been taken place for this connectionless. So datagram network are not as reliable as virtual circuits. That is highly reliable. Virtual circuits are highly reliable, but that is highly reliable is nothing but that is connection oriented. Connection oriented is there, so that is highly reliable. It is not that much reliable. Any one of the packet may lose in between. That has to be one of the drawback. The major drawback of datagram packet switching is that a packet can only be forwarded if the resources such as buffer, central processing unit, and bandwidths are available. Other packets will be discarded. Once you're forwarding the particular packet, once you started forwarding the particular packet, you have to see whether the buffer and CPU and bandwidth are available or not. If this bandwidth is not available, we can't send the particular packet. It is always easy and cost efficient to implement the datagram network. There is no extra headache for reserving the resources, but headache is that the packet may lose in between. The packet may lose in between. That is only the one of the disadvantage for this datagram network. It is generally used by the IP network, which is used for data services like internet. We are using the internet. Through this internet, we are using IP addresses for all the networks. IP addresses for all the networks. And difference between this virtual circuit and datagram network. What is the difference? The sum of the parameters has been given, that is connectivity. It is connection oriented. Virtual circuit is connection oriented, connection less oriented for datagram. Path, only one dedicated path is there. Only one dedicated path is there for virtual circuit. There is no dedicated path for this datagram network. Only one dedicated for virtual. There is no dedicated path considered for datagram. See, resource allocations like buffers, processors, bandwidth gets reserved. Reservation is very important for this virtual circuit. There is no reservation for this datagram. Communication, the 3 pages for setup, data transfer, and teardown. There is no such communication because we are sending all the processes, we are sending all the packets through internet, through the air we are sending. So there is no communication pages has been taken place. You have to require the setup first. You have to reserve that particular connection. After reservation, you have to send it. Header, you have to write it the header information. and your datagram packets belongs to the same messages. Once you are written, once you are written over here for a particular packet, no need to write for all the packets, but here you have to write the header for all the packets. Why? Because we are sending those packets in a connectionless. There is no connection for one packet to the another packet, but in this there is a connection between one packet to the another packets. That is what we require, a header. Addressing is required. The particular address, the route has been mentioned. In that particular route itself, that particular packet has been sent. In this, there is no addressing. The destination and source address, once we have mentioned the destination and source addresses, immediately, easily that particular packet has been moved, reached the particular destination. Cost, initial cost, it is more expensive because you have to install the particular physical devices. It is more expensive in terms of installation and maintenance. It does not require much of the install, more cost. It is to, once it is installed, that is not that much of maintenance has been taken place in this for maintaining this. Reliability, it is highly reliable. It is highly reliable. It is not that much reliable. It is connection oriented. It is connectionless oriented. Application, we are using telephones, landline. We are using the landline in our mobile. That is asynchronous transfer mode. We are using UDP, user datagram protocols. TCP or UDP. UDP is nothing but what? We are going to start using the video recordings, video chatting, video call. That is what live we are seeing. That is all has been taken place for this user datagram protocol. So this is what the difference between virtual circuit and the datagram network. Okay. Today we have seen the first point, that is a virtual circuit and datagram network. Okay. We'll stop here. Just a minute. I will take your attendance. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rule number 8. 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 19, 21, 22, 26, 35, 38, 41, 42, 49, 51, 54, 56, 60, 61, 60, 61, 60, 61, 64, 66, 67, 71. What is the rule number of for this Gayatri Guntal? Gayatri. Rename yourself. Okay, you can leave now.
Sir, 43.
43 is present.
Sir, A50, sir.